Krishna. You decrease the bass, bro. Increase the treble. Increase the treble. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Hare. So, sorry, I did not get my laptop. Can I get the Nityananda Prabhu's famous Nitai Padakam? Not possible? But I don't have it in front of me. Let's do it tomorrow. That's okay. No, we'll do it. Hare Krishna. Jai Radha Madhav Kunda Vihari Girivardhari Jai Radha Madhav Kunda Vihari जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की जय। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरो वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 Together chant. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रे। नमो महाराज ब्रह्मण्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गौ ब्राह्मणहिताय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कुं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं गायति गिरिं यत्कृपहतमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं श्रीपरमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम् ओम पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थां गतोऽपि वा यत् स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्ष सः भ्याभ्यान्तरम् श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु everything in it. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा प्रभु हरे क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे धन्यवाद प्रभु कैसे हैं बस ठीक है so happy to see you माता जी भी हैं हरे हरे thank you for coming welcome to your center हरे कृष्णा can I get some water anybody's water yeah It's a long time, bro. Hare Krishna. When was it? 2015? 15 we used to do something. Bro used to come 2015. The initial days of our satsangs. Satya Prabhu. I used to say in NCC, I cannot forget the satsang in your house. In fact, nobody can forget the satsang in your house. Because that is the rate 2,000 rupee note was banned. Yes. We completed the satsang and we kept all the mobile phones on silent because satsang is going on. And then we switched on and the calls are coming. Taka, 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 what's happening? Prabhuji, paisa pura gaya. Hare Krishna. Anyway. So, today we'll be discussing on my favorite topic, because it is Nityananda Trayodashi. So Lord Nityananda, as we see on the altar, Gaur Nitai, right? Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Both of them have come to do something that no other incarnation of God has done. Especially Nityananda Prabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most merciful, but Nityananda Prabhu is unbelievably merciful. A lot of people don't understand Nityananda Prabhu's mood. And I don't blame them because nobody can understand his mood. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, don't misunderstand Nitai because what he has come to give, nobody can ever give. So the same Nityananda Prabhu is none other than Swayam Balaram. On the altar we have Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. So Shri Balaram, he himself comes as Nityananda Prabhu. He is Nityananda Prabhu. There is no difference between Balaram and Nityananda Prabhu. And when we say Balaram, right? Balaram is an expansion of Swayam Krishna. It's Swayam Krishna, he's just expanded. Right? He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In terms of opulences, everything that Krishna has, Balaram also has. There is no opulence that Krishna has, which Balaram doesn't have. Right? But the only difference is, he comes in the mode of serving Krishna. He is a serving Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in that mode, he not only serves, but he enables everybody to serve Krishna. Right? And he gives strength. Bala Rama. Rama means spiritual pleasure that you derive when you do spiritual seva comes out of Rama. Even the Hare Krishna Mahamantra that we chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. The Rama is nothing but spiritual pleasure. You are begging that give me that connection to you. And Balarama is the one who gives spiritual strength. Right? We all need strength. Many of us are trying to practice spiritual life, but we are struggling because we don't have that spiritual strength. When I have to follow the 4 regulative principles, many times just 4 principles, but 4 principles look like 4 universes. Right? So many times we are tested for these 4 principles. What to speak of pure devotional service? This basic Prabhupada said, to become a human, you should follow 4 regulative principles. Bhakti comes next. So even at that level, if people are struggling in this Kali Yuga, means we don't have the spiritual strength. The spiritual strength is given by Balarama. Balarama. Bala means what? Strength. Right? And the same Balarama accompanies the Supreme Personality of Godhead in all his pastimes. He appears as Lakshman when Lord Ram comes. Right? He appears as when Narayana comes, he appears as Anantasesha. Right? And the same way, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the mode of Srimati Radharani, the golden Gauranga avatar, Balaram cannot stop himself from coming as Nityananda Prabhu. Right? He has to come and enable everybody to serve Lord Gauranga. Now, it is very difficult to understand, when we say that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is more merciful than Krishna. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna only, isn't it? How can God's expansion be more merciful than God himself? In material logic per se, it doesn't make any sense. Right? He's God only. So what do you mean that his expansion is more merciful than him? Because he is his expansion. All the expansions are coming from him only. But it is true that in order to enable, especially the people in Kali Yuga, something extraordinary happens. It's an extraordinary endeavor, extraordinary, ordinary and extraordinary endeavor by the Supreme Lord to make us go back to Krishna. Because nobody is interested in Kali Yuga actually. Kali Yuga is not a time for all these things to happen. You all should not be wearing this dress. You're not supposed to wear any dress. That is Kali Yuga. That is Kali Yuga. Freaks. Only freaks live in Kali Yuga. But in this Kali Yuga, to make animalistic people into devotees is impossible. And that too without any intervention of strength, purely through message, purely through practice. So today, in order to inspire anybody to spiritual life, no mantra will work, no yantra will work, no astra will work, no shastra will work. Only your own example will work. Only your own example. And very clearly that is demonstrated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. He came as a devotee himself. And he's showing how to become a devotee. And what is a devotional quality? Actually, recently I was reading the Madhya Lila of Chaitanya Charitamrita, 2nd chapter. I am giving a statutory warning. Don't read that chapter. Because if you read that chapter, you'll be like shocked. What kind of love is this of Srimati Radharani, which she is displaying in Jagannath Puri, in Gambhira, right, towards Jagannath. Madness. There are continuous around 40 verses in that chapter. It's a chapter of 300 verses. That's a different thing. But 40 verses are madness. And to add to that, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is in the beginning of the chapter saying, I want to tell this thing to you all. I want to tell how Gauranga is loving Jagannath. I want to tell this. Really? Okay, you want to tell this. And then that purport, Prabhupada says, he wants to tell it because he is not sure whether he'll be alive by the time he finishes Chaitanya Charitamrita. Right? So if you read Bhagavatam, it is a sequence of chapters and sequence of stories. But Chaitanya Charitamrita is not like a sequence, it's more like a conversation. Two friends are sitting and talking, and suddenly a friend felt, hey, I should tell you this before. And he changes the chapter also, mood also, everything. Sometimes when you're reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, you don't understand what's going on. He talks about something and the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Suddenly he talks about Gambhira, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showing ecstasy, and suddenly he goes to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Advaita Acharya's house before going to Vrindavan. Everywhere is going. Because it's madness. You know, the love of God, when it enters into a soul, you know, when the soul experiences the love of God, he is not bothered about the world, what the world will understand. He just does what pleases Krishna. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is just chanting Chaitanya Charitamrita, repeating what he heard from Swarup Damodar Goswami, from Raghunath Das Goswami, what he read from Chaitanya Mangal, from Vishwanath, you know. Come on. Vrindavan Das Thakur. Right? So whatever he's remembering, and more importantly, he's so much in old age. He's so much in old age that he's not sure whether he'll be able to finish the Chaitanya Charitamrita. And many times in Chaitanya Charitamrita he says, okay, I'm only telling this much because Vrindavan Das Thakur has already told. I'm only trying to tell what he did not tell. Actually, you can refer back to Chaitanya Bhagavat because that is more pure. I'm just trying my attempt as a seva I'm doing. You know, so the conversation in Chaitanya Charitamrita is such a personal conversation. I recommend, I beg, I request everyone to start reading Chaitanya Charitamrita. Of course, first finish Bhagavatam also. But get into this Chaitanya, because that is our Gaudiya Vaishnava mood. Until we enter into Chaitanya Charitamrita, we can't understand why our gurus are the way they are. Right? We may not understand. Why are they behaving like this? Where is this craziness coming from? Craziness is coming from the source of all craziness, which is Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Right? Source of all craziness. And when the craziness loses its limits, it's Nityananda Prabhu. There is no, even Gauranga Mahaprabhu sometimes, hey, why are you behaving like this? Just imagine, Supreme Personality of Godhead is astonished to see his other expansion, his Swayam expansion, Nityananda Prabhu, and is worried that people will misunderstand him. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, multiple times, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, don't misunderstand Nitai. Don't misunderstand Nitai. Because if you misunderstand Nitai, then you will not get my mercy. Even Balaram, for that matter, the way his dealings with Krishna, very difficult to understand Mahabharata. Right? Now Krishna is eating dust. Right? And Yashoda Mai comes and catches him. Why are you eating dust? And he says, I'm not eating dust. No, you are eating dust. No, I'm not eating dust. Who told you I'm eating dust? Balaram says, I told you. I told you are eating dust. And Krishna is looking at Balaram. You are supposed to be my expansion and helping me. Right? Why are you creating problem for me? But in this sequence, is he creating problem for him? No, he is creating a rasa. He is creating a lila for him to show that lila of eating the dust. Right? But externally it looks like he is creating a problem between he and his mother. So are the leelas of even Nityananda Prabhu. Sometimes you don't understand whether he is helping Mahaprabhu or he is actually not helping Mahaprabhu, unless you hear it under guidance. Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan. He said, yeah, you can go. And then he suddenly showed, here is Yamuna, you already reached. Mahaprabhu said, yeah, very nice. But it's not Yamuna, he is still in Bengal only. Right? Mahaprabhu took danda, he wanted to go with danda, he broke that danda. How can anybody break the danda, sannyas danda? Right? And Mahaprabhu becomes so angry. What? Nitai, what are you trying to do here? He doesn't say anything. Right? So when you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's so difficult to understand the mood of Nityananda Prabhu. But we should understand that how do we know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? What is the source of we knowing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? We know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because of Vrindavan Das Thakur, who has written Chaitanya Mangal, which is later on known as Chaitanya Bhagavat. Right? But who asked him to write Chaitanya Mangal or Chaitanya Bhagavat? Who is the guru of Vrindavan Das Thakur? Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is the one who inspired him. He said, oh, you please go ahead and write Chaitanya Bhagavat. And his very dear close associate is Lokanath Goswami. And Lokanath Goswami is the guru of Vrindavan Das Thakur. So, there is a whole sequence of how Nityananda Prabhu is all the time inspiring souls to serve Gauranga and to give us Gauranga. Right? Many, many places. Now, even Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he was living in Bengal. He already became very old. And then he was living with his brother. Right? And there is this personality called Maniketan Ramdas. Now, Maniketan Ramdas is a devotee of Lord Chaitanya. Now, he is not ordinary just a devotee. He is also coming from the spiritual world, from Goloka Vrindavan. He is also a friend of Krishna, a Sakha, a Gopa. And now he is in a next level of ecstasy. Right? So he doesn't normally talk to people. He'll jump on people. He will dance on people. He will do crazy things. He'll push people. He'll jump into the river. He'll dance with crocodiles. I don't know what all he does. People in Bengal are like, what kind of person is he? Right? Maniketan Ramdas. Lot of people are there. If you read Chaitanya Charitamrita in Adilila, the second part of Adilila, there Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami gives like around 4 chapters only explaining the lineage of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for one whole chapter. How many sampradayas are there under Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Right? More than close to 100. Right? And then he goes into Nityananda Prabhu's sampradayas. How many sampradayas Nityananda Prabhu has? Nityananda Prabhu has more than 100 followers of Nityananda Prabhu. Right? Now we are in one sampradaya in Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Understand that? Right? But when that happened 500 years back, there were so many. That is how the whole name of Krishna consciousness was spread throughout Bengal. Right? And he goes into Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya also has so many sampradayas under him. But there is a problem with Advaita Acharya sampradayas. That some other day I'll explain. This Krishna Kaviraj Goswami explained there was a deviation there. They did not represent the philosophy properly. And then you also have Gadadhar Pandit's followers representing the same Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. And then finally, Srivas Pandit. So many, Srivas Pandit. So many Sampradayas. Yes, they're all there with names. With names they are there. And the beauty is, Srila Prabhupada goes to next level of ecstasy. He also identifies who are those people in Goloka. Yeah, Gaura Gunadesh Deepika. Everywhere he quotes that, my Gurudev Bhakti Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj has specified according to Gaura Gunadesh Deepika, this particular personality is called as this Gopa or this Gopi in Brajlila. He connects everybody back. And when you read these kind of things, your faith increases. That, we are not following anything blind. Everything is connected. When it is told that this Mahaprabhu comes with his entire entourage to spread Krishna consciousness, we don't experience that entourage until we actually read Chaitanya Charitamrita. So many are there. So this Maniketan Ramdas is another one such great devotee who has come to the spiritual world, and he goes and tells Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami that I think you should go to Vrindavan. Right? And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is his brother. He believes in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he doesn't believe in Nityananda Prabhu. Somehow his faith is not fixed. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami tries to explain, you are following this half chicken philosophy. Right? It is half. What is the half chicken? The front part of the chicken eats, back part of the chicken gives the egg. So you want the egg, but you don't want the front part. How does it matter? So you want to cut the chicken into half. I'll only take the portion from where egg comes. Of course, we're not egg eaters, but the philosophy is explained such way that how can you understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without Nityananda Prabhu? You cannot. So you have to accept both. But he takes his own time to understand. But in which case, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami goes to Vrindavan. Right? So it is explained, Lord Nityananda comes in the dream of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Many times Lord Nityananda operates through dreams. For many devotees, not only him. He comes in the dream and he says, please go to Vrindavan and start writing more information, more details about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Just imagine what all Nityananda Prabhu is doing in the background. We only know that he himself is a preacher, but another surprising part is Nityananda Prabhu traveled the whole India, which we will discuss tomorrow about his travel in India, along with the sannyasi who took him from Ekachakra Nagari. He traveled throughout India. He met a lot of great scholars. He took initiation also, but he never preached anywhere. He never preached anywhere. He was just traveling. Until he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he never preached. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, okay, now, Nityananda Prabhu, now is the time for you to preach. And then it never stopped preaching. Right? So that also gives us the instruction. That actually the empowerment to preach comes when the Supreme Personality of Godhead tells us to do it through his representative. Until then, you want to preach also, it doesn't work. And preaching is not sitting like this and giving class. Preaching is even our behavior, our, the way we dispose ourselves, the way we try to share, right? Even one-on-one that we try to share. You're not empowered until you are empowered by the Supreme Lord himself. And Nityananda Prabhu is a perfect example of it. He never preached. Though he was Swayam Balaram, he had all the knowledge, but he never preached. Until Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, okay, now please start preaching. And then he started preaching. Right? Now Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami goes to Vrindavan and he wants to write Chaitanya Charitamrita. Where does he get the information from? He has Vrindavan Das Thakur, who has given Chaitanya Mangal. And Chaitanya Mangal is a pretty elaborate explanation of a lot of pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But then he sits at Radha Kund and he is like, Nityananda Prabhu, you asked me to do this, but I want to do it, but I want more information. And then by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, one great personality comes to Vrindavan, Raghunath Das Goswami. Right? Now Raghunath Das Goswami, how he became empowered? Now, if you really look at it, right, he is our Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana. He is a Prayojana Acharya, Raghunath Das Goswami. Right? Now, how did he get empowered? Nityananda Prabhu. Raghunath Das Goswami was the son of two great, landlords, Govardhan and Hiranya. The two brothers, one of the brother they did not have any other children, any other lineage. He was the millionaire. He was a millionaire. We can't even think of such kind of person. We can't compare it to Tatas or Birlas also today. That kind of wealth he had. But in spite of having all that wealth, he was never attracted to enjoying that wealth. Devotee is a devotee. And by Lord Chaitanya's grace, one day one of the sannyasis, I forgot the name, took him to Krishnapur, near Mayapur. And there, another great personality was sitting and chanting. Haridas Thakur. Right? And Raghunath Das Goswami looks at Haridas Thakur now. One great personality looking at another greatest personality. And what kind of influence would have happened there? And Raghunath Das Goswami saw that Haridas Thakur is so happy. He doesn't have anything. He is sitting in caves and he is chanting. He is sitting in some barns, some villages, some fields. He is chanting. He is all the time chanting Hare Krishna mantra. He is so happy. And Raghunath Das Goswami is wondering, if that is how I can find happiness, why do I need all this kingdom? Right? Already he is not attracted to the wealth that his parents have. And now he has one more reason to believe that actually the wealth never gives any happiness. So he decided, okay, so I'll also want to do something that Haridas Thakur is doing. But his parents were very, very protective towards him. They said, no way, you are not going to do anything like this. You have to take care of our estate. We have all this wealth, great wealth, all estates are there. Who will take care of that? We have accumulated all this. You can practice spirituality, but you don't have to leave house. Right? By looking at his intentions, they even put guards around him. Wherever he goes, the guards will be going. Where is this fellow going? From where he'll run away. And it is explained many times he tried to run away also. And they somehow caught him and brought him back. Saying, no, you are not supposed to go. You are supposed to be here, practice, Spirituality doesn't mean you have to leave everything and go. Another philosophy. But Raghunath Das Goswami was not satisfied with it's very simple, right? I mean, when you know that there is no happiness at a place, why would you want to stay there? A soul is always looking for happiness. And it knows where to find happiness. And Raghunath Das Goswami is always looking at a right moment to somehow leave this place and find Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So one day, he somehow sneaked and convinced, the guards that he had that we can go to a place. We can go to a place called Panihati. Some sadhus have come there. We can go. And I'm not going to leave the kingdom or anything. I just want to go and see there. So there, who was sitting? Nityananda Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Nityananda Prabhu is sitting. And Nityananda Prabhu is sitting, the way he says, the way he acts, very difficult for normal people to understand. Right? So he's sitting under this tree. The beautiful tree is even now there. And if you go to Panihati, the tree where this incident happened. So Nityananda Prabhu is sitting and he has his associates. Right? They are talking to him and he's looking at all the devotees, they're chanting. And far away, really far, Raghunath Das Goswami is hiding and looking at Nityananda Prabhu. And he looks, if I have to get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I have to have the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. But why will he give me the mercy? I'm a rich person. I'm materialistically totally conditioned. Why will he get his mercy? At least let me pay obeisances. So he paid obeisances. As soon as he paid obeisances, one of the associates of Nityananda Prabhu told, hey, Nityananda Prabhu, see, if this fellow is somewhere there, he's paying obeisances, he's taking your mercy without your permission. Drunkards people speak like this. Ordinary people don't speak like this. These people are really drunk in Krishna Prem. Right? Nityananda Prabhu, his associates. Like, can you imagine somebody telling, hey, Donga, namaskaram pettunnadu. What kind of logic is that? There is no logic in that. But there is logic in that. And then Nityananda Prabhu says, hey, call that thief, come here. Come here. And Raghunath Das Goswami, he's calling me, what do you want? And then he comes there and he pays obeisance. First thing Nityananda Prabhu removes his feet, keeps on his head. You robber, I punish you. He kicks on his head like this. Does anyone does like that? How do you understand? You cannot understand the way he deals, right? So he kicks, and immediately Raghunath Das Goswami is so happy that the lotus feet of Nitai has touched his feet, touched his head. It's like, I got the mercy, it's all right. So you did not get the mercy, get up. You want my mercy? You have to do what I am telling you. So Raghunath Das Goswami, tell me. Whatever you ask me to do, I am ready to do. He says, I want you to serve Chida Dahi as a prasad on behalf of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the entire Panihati village. The Chida Dahi is what? Broken puffed rice, right? And curd. If you would have told some complicated thing like, malai kofta or anything, it's difficult to make, right? But this is like Chida Dahi, right? But it is also difficult to make because how do you make it tasty? You want to serve prasad to others, it has to be tasty also, right? And dahi, to find dahi also is not that easy. If you look at it, it's the most simple thing, but it's very complicated also. But Raghunath Das Goswami takes it as his life's mission. Just imagine, your condition to go back to Godhead is you have to distribute Chida Dahi. And you are just told spontaneously, on the spot, now start distributing Chida Dahi. Now. And hearing that, the nature of Vaishnavas is when they see another Vaishnava making progress, or when they see the opportunities given to another Vaishnava, they become more ecstatic. And the whole village became ecstatic when they heard this instruction. They said, we have dahi. Don't worry, we have dahi. And the message went to all different villages around Panihati. And literally anybody, any dahi they had in their house was being brought to Panihati. Bucket by bucket, matka by matka, like just coming, puffed rice is coming out. And devotees are like, you can add some fruits into it. Right? You can add this into that into this. So they started making Chida Dahi with so much enthusiasm, and Nityananda Prabhu is watching. Dekhte kya hota hai. Right? And he makes this whole Chida Dahi festival. I have attended once Chida Dahi festival in Atlanta, in America. That place is named by Srila Prabhupada's Panihati Dham. Right? Atlanta temple in US. And His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj comes there every year. Now he is not going because of his ill health. But every year he would come there on the Paniyati festival day. Even after Maharaj had this, problem, with his stroke, still he would travel and come. And when we were there, I think it was like what, 2010. Yeah. So Maharaj came, and in spite of his ill health, so he would take the danda of Jagannath, right, the toothbrush of Jagannath. He would hold that, and they would auction the Chida Dahi matkis. Right? That's one of the event actually. We're not celebrating in a satsang, but that is part of our Gaudiya Vaishnava way of festivals. One of the big festivals is Chidadi festival, Paniyati festival on that day. So everybody makes these big pots and they're auctioned. It's like not just a fundraising but fun activity. And Maharaj is like, okay, who goes next? Which city is going to buy? So last time New York won. This time who? Atlanta. Where are you? Behind or what? Right? And the price they get is, they pay huge price. Huge price. Devotees become ecstatic. $100,000 Maharaj. Okay, next. That's all? Keep going next. So there's a big auction that happens. Right? Of course, the whole money is collected and used in Krishna conscious activities. But at the end, the prize that they get is the city that won. All those devotees come and Maharaj will hit with that stick on their head. Tak, 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 tak. Jagannath's brush, it is hit. So it's a very famous festival, Paniyati festival. So here also, Nityananda Prabhu, he with his mercy, the Paniyati festival, first time is being celebrated. Nobody knows how it is, but Chida Dahi is being prepared in big pots, and each pots, and finally, and he says, okay, it's ready now, so distribute. And the excitement with which Raghunath Das Goswami is distributing, Nityananda Prabhu becomes very happy. Because enthusiasm is what Krishna looks at. Enthusiasm is our love for Krishna. Whatever little service you get, do it with enthusiasm. Don't do it like a burden. And that's exactly what a guru looks at. That's exactly what a Adi Guru looks at. That's exactly what Nityananda Prabhu looks at. How enthusiastically he is doing. Chida Dahi distribution, what is excitement in that? But he looked at it in a simple way. Nityananda Prabhu has told, so I have to distribute this Chida Dahi. And this is the most important activity in my life. And he is not an ordinary person. He is what? He could have distributed Chappan Bhog also. He could have got it done. Right? The richest person in India is told to distribute Chida Dahi. It's a very difficult thing from his angle. It's very difficult to understand that. And then, but still he does it with so much enthusiasm. He is distributing Chida Dahi. And Nityananda Prabhu is very happy. Yes, he's distributing Chida Dahi. He becomes so happy, then he says, okay, start the kirtan. And the kirtan starts, and Nityananda Prabhu is dancing. Everybody are eating Chida Dahi. They are putting it to each other's mouths, and then they are enjoying the Chida Dahi. And Raghunath Das Goswami is so happy. Oh, I made Nityananda Prabhu happy. I made Nityananda Prabhu happy. I think there is a hope for my release from my estate. Something good is going to happen. I made Nityananda Prabhu happy, and Nityananda Prabhu is dancing. And just Nityananda Prabhu moves aside, and right behind Nityananda Prabhu is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he's shocked. Entire Paniyati village is shocked. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Swayam Bhagavan, has just appeared there because of the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tastes the Chida Dahi. And Nityananda Prabhu is dancing. Craziest kirtan is going on. And Raghunath Das Goswami is crying. My life is successful. My life is successful. I have pleased the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And at that time, then after some time, Nityananda Prabhu is dancing and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disappears. And Nityananda Prabhu calls him here. You come here now. Hey Raghunath, you come here now. Time has come. Go. Go to Jagannath Puri. Now you can go. Right? Now you can go. And I am making you secretary to the personal secretary of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the personal secretary of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is Swarup Damodar Goswami. So you become the secretary of Swarup Damodar Goswami, and your job is to serve and go. So this is how mercy comes. And Raghunath Das Goswami goes to Jagannath to serve under Swarup Damodar Goswami. And all the leelas, whatever happens, Swarup Damodar Goswami writes in his diary all the Antya leelas. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes back to Jagannath Puri, they are all documented by Swarup Damodar Goswami. And the most intimate pastimes. Inside that Gambhira, only 2-3 people are allowed. Jagadananda Pandit and Swarup Goswami and Ramananda Rai. And those confidential conversations that happen of pure love of God, which is very difficult for ordinary living entities to understand, are documented by Swarup Goswami and given to Raghunath Das Goswami, and Raghunath Das Goswami comes to Radhakund in Vrindavan. Finally, after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left, the Leelas were being missed by everybody. We want to know what exactly happened. So Raghunath Das Goswami came to Radhakund, and every day he would narrate, every day evening in Radhakund, right? The Leelas of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were narrated, and they're documented by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Hence we have those books that you see on that wall are extremely merciful books. Right? They have everything that is needed to take us back to God. The only thing is that we have not opened them yet. Right? When we read them, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada with his purports, we can experience the same. If we have the enthusiasm, we can experience the same experience that Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami had hearing them at Radhakund. You can experience being in Radhakund just by hearing them, just by reading them. If Srimad Bhagavatam is a level of explanation and revelation, Chaitanya Charitamrita is at a next level. It's like conversation, ecstatic conversation. And see exactly, when I was reading Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the way he is narrating Chaitanya Charitamrita, he goes in different directions and suddenly becomes ecstatic. Suddenly, see the Adi Leela, when he starts Adi Leela, he's talking about the Tattva of Panchatattva, and suddenly he explains how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu defeated Prabodhananda Saraswati. There is no link. And then he says, I just wanted to tell this to everybody. Right? So he is so ecstatic. He is not able to control to reveal the world about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. See, when you know everything, right, and you feel that you don't have time. Now, if I ask, many of us know Lord Ram's Leela, Ramayana, right? But you only have 5 minutes to speak. And after 5 minutes, you're dying. What thing in Ramayana will you tell? Now, how will you tell? You know, it's like a crazy conversation, right? After that, in that 5 minutes, you will tell 5 things. Right? He killed Ravan. He went to forest. Right? He was with Sita. Then Hanuman jumped to Lanka. Is there a sequence there? There is no sequence for outside people. But ecstatically, there is a big sequence going on in the mind where he is loving these exchanges. That is Chaitanya Charitamrita. There is no sequence. It is just pure ecstatic revelation. And when I was reading that, I saw the same thing Srila Prabhupada did. He was translating Bhagavatam and he felt, if I don't give Chaitanya Charitamrita to this world, who will give? He just stopped. He called his secretaries. 3 months. 3 months. We are finishing Chaitanya Charitamrita. And you know the famous dialogue. Impossible. And you know Prabhupada's dialogue. Impossible is the word in Booth Dictionary. Khatam. And they did it. With dictaphones. You know. And if you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, if you open Adi Leela, some purports are more than 25 pages. 25 pages is a book. Right? So in one book, you're reading books. And the purport just doesn't stop. You know, sometimes I used to say, okay, today I'm going to read 5 verses. And I just read 1 verse and sleep. Because the 1 verse is 25 pages purport. It's like a small book you finish. Right? And Prabhupada made sure that he finished Chaitanya Charitamrita, packed it, bounded it, sold it, kept it, and then he left his planet. He wanted us to receive it. Srila Prabhupada ki. Otherwise, how would we even discuss about Nityananda Prabhu today? Whatever that I'm trying to repeat that I heard, what is the possibility? There's no possibility. You would never know these things. Prabhupada made sure, because he knew the heart of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. An Acharya knows the heart of another Acharya. Vrindavan Das Thakur is explained as a Vyasadev who incarnated again to come and tell the Leela of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that Vyasadev has empowered Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And Swayam Nityananda Prabhu Adi Guru has empowered Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And both of them, the whole mercy, are wanting to give it. And how can, just imagine, how can the most merciful Srila Prabhupada not give this before he left? He cannot. He had to give it. He had to give it. And he finished Chaitanya Charitamrita and then he started Bhagavatam again. Right? It was like complete interruption. And people did not even know what is Prabhupada translating at that time. For Americans and Russians and Africans and Europeans and Japanese, and who is Krishna? They don't know. They don't know who is Krishna. And to make it more difficult to understand, same Krishna who appears in the mode of Radharani and more merciful than Krishna. Just imagine, like, how can you understand? Indians still, are struggling to understand the mercy of. I asked so many times in the beginning days of my Krishna consciousness, who is this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Why is everybody dancing Nitya Gaur, Haribol? Who is this Nitya Gaur? Krishna, I know. I know Mahabharata Krishna, I know. Who is this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Right? And I've seen many senior devotees, they just looked at me like this. Now, how will this fool understand? How will he understand? Because the person, I have understood that, people who become Gauranga devotees, it's very difficult for them to talk also. Because how can they explain what Gauranga Mahaprabhu does? It becomes more and more difficult to explain. But with the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, tomorrow, if you all beg, please empower me to understand this Chaitanya Leela, then we'll understand. It's very, very special festival for Gaudiya Vaishnavas because we get spiritual empowerment. Things that we think we cannot do, now we can do by the mercy of Nityananda. And that's what he did. Raghunath Das Goswami never thought that he can get association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Getting association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he never thought. He was given direct service under the personal servant of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then he became the person who revealed the entire Chaitanya Charitamrita to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. So we have three, main acharyas, right? We have Sambandha Acharya, Abhideya Acharya, Prayodhana Acharya. And all three of them worship Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govind Dev, and Radha Gopinath. Right? Now we discussed about Prayodhana Acharya, who is Raghunath Das Goswami. And with whose mercy he brought entire Chaitanya Katha in front of us? Yeah. Right? Now what about Rupa and Sanatana? Rupa and Sanatana Goswami also. Right? They were actually Brahmins from a great lineage from Karnataka. Very, very pure families. But they were threatened that if they don't join the Muslims, the administration, if they don't join, the king is going to kill all the Brahmins in that area. And under that pressure, they had to agree. They had no other choice. And when you agree to serve these Malechas, you also become one. That is how people were converted in those days. They were so pure that even little impurity, they felt that I am completely impure, my life is waste. So they became like that. Many people were converted. They converted the whole village in one night by throwing, cow flesh into a well. Just throw the cow flesh into the well. Everybody were drinking the water, nobody knew. And after 2 days, they removed the cow flesh and showed, see, you're all Malechas now. Katha. And they all got converted. That is how they converted. You think they all preach like this? They did satsangs? They don't have any philosophy to do satsang. Right? So that's how they converted. And there was no other, this Rupa and Sanatan, such a great family they're coming from. They're Brahmins, right? Udupi, they're related to that area. They're coming from there. Pure Brahmins, families. And unfortunately, they had to take these roles of Dabir Khas and Sarkar Malik, finance minister, administration, because these Mughal kings knew that if I make my son finance minister, he will kill me and take the money. Prabhupada says, these people don't trust their own sons. Their history shows that their sons have killed their fathers. Even now you go and see in any of the Middle Eastern kingdoms, their biggest threat is their son only. That's all it is. They are all the time scared because that is how they rule. Right? Aurangzeb killed his, put his father into jail. How many in our Sampradaya put their fathers into jail? Huh? You have to become like a Kamsa to do that. There the noble person also does all those things. So-called noble people. It's unfortunate. That is a tamoguna. Right? The complete tamoguna. What is right is wrong for them. So they told them that if we want to, so the Mughal king understood, if I have to rule this part of India, I have to have trustworthy people and I have to have the most respected people among them to be my servants. So he went and asked them, Rup and Sanatan, can you become part of my? He said, no way. What do you mean? Okay, so if you don't, then I'm going to kill all your entire class of Brahmins. And with that fear, they said, okay, we will. And they knew that once they become part of the kingdom, then their entire birth is polluted. Their existence is tagged. Now we don't feel like that, right? That's the Kali Yuga, I have to tell. And bye-bye, bolte raho. But they had no other choice. They became like that. And after that, they felt so guilty. Now how will we get the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? They had all the pure Brahmanical qualities inside them, but they were feeling guilty that now we will not get the mercy of the Supreme Lord. This life is wasted. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in Bengal. He just took sannyas. I'm going different directions. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just took sannyas. Now he wants to go to Vrindavan. And then he says, okay, I want to go to Vrindavan now. And then Vrindavan is in this direction. Right? Now Bengal is here. Vrindavan is, he should go this way. But he goes other way around. Everybody is, why is he going? He goes to Keturigram. No, it's not even in the way to Vrindavan. But he says, I'm going to Vrindavan. So he goes there. And then he goes there and there is waiting in that Keturigram. Everybody is waiting. Who is he waiting for? He is waiting for Rupa and Sanatan. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu later on reveals. So in that area, the king, the Mughal king, he hears the glories of this Sankirtan that's going on along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Is like, whoever is doing is not an ordinary person. It cannot be. Because the reports are coming that the entire village is walking with this person wherever he goes. News goes to the king, na? The king is like, how can a whole entire village walk? Right? It's not ordinary, right? I mean, just imagine somebody is walking on the road now, an entire Majid Bhatta is walking behind him. Right? He has to be somebody extraordinary. Right? And then he goes to Lingampalli, entire Lingampalli is walking along with him. Right? Anywhere he goes, that is what is going on, and people are jumping. Ecstatic love is, seen in people. The symptoms are very different. And the Mughal king is like, who is this person? And immediately under that king are working as Sarkar Malik and Dabir Khas. And both of them become concerned. Maybe this Mughal king, if he gets to know more, maybe he'll get a doubt and he might even harm Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, how do they know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Because they used to write to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In those days, they would write letters. They would somehow send the letter that, Mahaprabhu, we are such sinful people. We are sitting here in this place. We are suffering. Can you somehow give your mercy to us? Can we come and do something that we can join your mission? And many times Mahaprabhu doesn't write any reply. Can you imagine? You are sending letters, no reply. Right? One letter, two letters. You don't even know letter is going or not. Right? These days you send one WhatsApp message, you don't reply, and you go to that house. Any problem entra? No patience only. Huh? And if the blue tick comes, you have to reply. Some people have hidden that blue tick also now. Right? You don't know whether that fellow is read or no. And then you feel, the arrogance will be looting the issue. He doesn't want to show that he has read my message or no. So much impatience we have. And just imagine Rupa and Sanatan. They are writing letter after letter, no response. And they're not writing for, some maintaining some PR. No. They are writing because there is no other hope for them. They can see that their life is being ruined working under that Mughal emperor. They're like, Mahaprabhu, please save us. We don't know what to do. We have completely messed up our life. And there is no response. And finally, one response goes. Just imagine the letter from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One line. A wife serves her husband extraordinarily. I'm trying not to put the same words, but this is the intention behind it. A wife serves the husband so extraordinarily so that he doesn't get a doubt that she has a paramour. That is one line he receives from Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's like, what is this line? Right? Both brothers are sitting and just one line answer for so many letters. Serve in such a way that nobody gets doubt. That's the essence, right? So when you are in love with somebody outside marriage, you're not supposed to be. Regulative principle is there, very good. So you have to behave in such a way that the wife doesn't get any doubt only, husband doesn't get doubt only. Right? Husband comes from office, he's totally tired. He comes to the house and immediately wife comes with a nice buttermilk and some bhajis, some chutney, right? And she says, "Can I remove your shoes?" Will you get it out or no? Right? It's very difficult to imagine that. Can you anybody imagine it? Did you imagine? Don't imagine. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, serve like that. You have to serve your husband in such a nice way. Husband is like, I'm the most fortunate husband in the whole planet. And the wife is like, you are a fool. I just made you a fool. But actually, I don't love you. I love that fellow outside. Right? Because I don't want you to get the doubt that I'm in love with that person. I am giving you bhaji and puri and everything. Eat. Right? So the Mughal emperor is so happy with the services of Sarkar Malik and the Vikas that he is like amazed. And even though they are practicing what they are practicing in their house, he doesn't get it out. Hey, they are so loyal to me. They are doing everything for me. He's maintaining my finances so nicely. I don't trust even my sons like that, the way they are doing things. They are very, very happy. So they also are so close to the king that whatever king is discussing and talking, everything comes to them. So they suddenly get to know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's topic is going on. And they become concerned. My God. I think we should now go and tell Mahaprabhu to immediately leave from here. They should immediately leave from here. Right? They had no intention to go and interfere in the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not ask them to come. But now they are so much in love with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that they felt that the devotees who are following Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Mahaprabhu can get into trouble because of this king, because they are known for killing people. They are not ordinary people. King did not have an intention to kill, but he was just discussing. And the discussion itself is a prompt that something might happen in future. So immediately both of them, in the dead of the night, putting some disguised clothes, they leave the palaces and they go towards the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there, but before meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they have to meet one person. Nityananda. Nityananda is waiting there. Okay? So both of them go. And as soon as they look at Nityananda, they pay frustrated obeisance. And Nityananda is like, and they're not ordinary people. They are like prime minister and chief minister or whatever, finance minister of that entire tract of place. And Nityananda is looking at them, and both of them, with their begging eyes, they look at Nityananda, please. please give us the darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are hopeless. We are hopeless of getting his darshan and mercy. But we just want to get access to him, please. Nityananda Prabhu looks at the sincerity in both of them. And he says, you can go. And he personally takes them to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He personally takes them. And after personally taking Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looks at both of them and they both fall like flat sticks on the ground. Both of them in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And they're crying profusely. And there is Srivas Thakur, Advaita Acharya, there is so many other devotees in Gaudiya Desh. They're all wondering, who are these two people? And they know that they're not ordinary people. They're coming from big background. And they start crying and they start praying. And the whole Adi Leela first chapter, right? Adi Leela first chapter, 88th verse to 221st verse is all the prayers of these crazy prayers of both of them. No, it's Madhya Leela, sorry, not Adi Leela. Madhya Leela, first chapter. And the way they explain their situation is actually a template for all of us to understand how to pray. And they were not just saying it to impress. Because at the end of this prayer, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, stop! I can't hear these prayers anymore. You are breaking my heart. Now, remember these words. You are breaking my heart. How does it relate to us? Right? Now, both of them go and Nityananda Prabhu standing there and just looking at both of them. And both of them are praying, please. I can't repeat those prayers. The whole class will go in that one. But he says, basically they say that we are so sinful. And you have come here to deliver the sinful. Your qualification is your Patita Pavana Avatar. Right? And our qualification is we are the most needing of that mercy. We are the greatest criminal, you are the greatest judge. So please deliver us. If you can't deliver us, then I don't think you can be called as Patita Pavana Avatar. Right? This is a reverse, reverse pressure on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like, you are so pure. But they are like, no, we are worse than Jagai and Madai. You just delivered Jagai and Madai. We are worse than them. They were doing sinful activities. We are also doing sinful activities, working under those people. But they are better than us because they never worked under anybody. They were independent in whatever they were doing. But we were working under a Malecha. We are doing all nonsense activities under a person who kills and eats cows. What kind of qualification do we have? If you have delivered Jagai and Madai, that's not enough, you have to deliver us. Then only world will know that you are the most merciful avatar. Very difficult prayers, right? Even for God to my God, it's like it just goes on and on. And at one point, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, stop it, you're breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart. And Nityananda Prabhu is hearing that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's heart is broken. Means what? The most intimate love which is hidden inside his heart is now broken apart and is going to come to the whole planet. Right? So Nityananda Prabhu's understanding is different. Like, oh, so everything inside your heart is now going to come out. Because the heart is broken now. Pot is broken now. Mercy is coming out. Roop and Sanatan have opened the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the Krishna Prema is now going to come to the whole planet. He's so happy. Nityananda Prabhu is so happy. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately looks at them and says, I am initiating you as Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. Right there. Right there. Right? And both of them are just looking at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraces them. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says one amazing thing. He says, so Rupa and Sanatana, when the right time comes, we both go to Vrindavan. And he gives a whole list of instructions. And later also he gives. In Varanasi he gives. And in many other places. Prayagraj he gives. So, but here he says, before leaving, take the blessings of all the Vaishnavas. And Nityananda Prabhu is so happy to bless both of them. And Rupa and Sanatan, even though they are the direct disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, direct disciples of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they feel so happy and so privileged and so much in need to take the blessings of all Vaishnavas. And every single Vaishnava there is praying for them. Every single Vaishnava is praying for them. Oh, please do what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told. You can do. You are empowered to do now. We pray that you do what Mahaprabhu is asking you to do. No single tinge of envy. And that's so instructive. So instructive in many, many ways. That is a quality that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu likes in his followers, that everybody wants to take everybody back. Right? And if somebody is going, they are like, Bol, you're going. What about me? Take me also with you. Or tell me what to do to come with you. Right? So everybody is in the mode of serving Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu is so happy when they are taking blessings from everyone. And everybody is blessing Rupa and Sanatan. Please go and do what Mahaprabhu is asking you to do. Right? And Nityananda Prabhu blesses them. Yes, you can do. Hare Krishna. And at that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, now you understand why I took a D route? Like I changed the route before going to Vrindavan. I came to it because I wanted to meet Rupa and Sanatan. Nobody understood. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has a whole plan. The whole track that he takes to go wherever he goes is to mercifully deliver one by one, one by one, one by one. So many of them. Hare Krishna. Jai. So there is this Padma river on the same way, on the same path. There is a river called Padma river. So Mahaprabhu goes there, he looks at the Padma river and he starts shouting, Narottam, 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 Narottam. And everybody is shocked. Who is this Narottam? Because there is nobody Narottam around. And there is nobody Narottam who has taken birth also at that time. And Nityananda Prabhu is standing beside Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, what is this Narottam? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells Nityananda Prabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, when the right time comes, bring Narottam to this place because I want to give him something. Nobody understands what they are discussing. Did you understand? Nobody can understand. Supreme Personality of Godhead is speaking to Supreme Personality of Godhead. And they are telling, when the right time comes, bring him. And that's what happens. Narottam Das Thakur appears in that place. Again, he is also a son of a very, very wealthy person. And when he appears, Lord Nityananda Prabhu comes in his dream. Again, Nityananda Prabhu coming in the dream of Narottam Das Thakur and tells, please go to the Padma river, right, and take bath. And he just gets up. He feels that he has got an instruction. And then he goes. He goes to this Padma river and then, he takes bath. And as soon as he gets out of the water of Padma river, his entire body becomes like gold. Golden complexion he gets. And he's shocked. And he starts feeling ecstatic love towards Radha and Krishna. And at that time, in front of him, from that Padma river comes out Gauranga Mahaprabhu. In front of him. And he walks towards him and hugs him. Hare Krishna. And after that, what Narottam Das Thakur did, we all know. The ecstasy with which he served, the moment, the kirtans that he wrote, the bhajans that he wrote, it's like the essence of Gaudiya Vaishnavism is revealed through Narottam Das Thakur. Right? And of course his Guru Lokanath Goswami. Hare Krishna. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is again, I'll just take 1 minute break. This is a toilet and a lot of water. Will somebody sing Kirtan Hare Krishna? A couple of minutes. Hare Krishna. True, just do this.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Just before coming, I had a lot of water. I don't know why. So it's getting processed. Hare Krishna. So now comes another phase where Nityananda Prabhu is already left, right? And there is this whole emptiness in this world. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains the first Gaura Purnima celebration by Janava Devi. Janava Devi is the wife consort of Nityananda Prabhu. And she is called by Narottam Das Thakur and the three people, right? Shyamananda Pandit, Narottam Das Thakur and Srinivas Acharya. All three of them, they live in Keturi Gram and they are very eager to celebrate the appearance day of Gaura Purnima. And in those days, if you have to invite somebody, how do you invite? You have to write letter. And they were writing letters to everybody they want to invite. Now let us do the Gaura Purnima. Gauranga Mahaprabhu has left. We have to celebrate Gaura Purnima. So please come. And the chief guest that they wanted to invite is the consort of Nityananda. So please come. So they wrote, it is explained that the handwriting, the prayer, the prayerfulness, the beauty in that letter was so nice that Bhakti was so much in it that Janavi Devi said, okay, I am going to come. So she went to Keturi Gram, the very place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also went. Nityananda Prabhu also was there at that time before. And then they explained that should we celebrate the appearance day of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? And Janavi Devi is so happy. She Janava Pada Padma, right? She's our Acharya. Actually, she is one of the most prominent Acharyas. And she says, yes, let us celebrate the Thakur. He starts. Can you imagine Narottam Das? My God, it was like unbelievable. He took the instruments and there was no mic, there was no need for a mic. The way, the devotion with which he was singing, Janava Devi, she was hearing the kirtan and she felt pure love of God coming out of Narottam Das Thakur and she glanced at him. It's explained she was just looking at Narottam Das Thakur with so much affection and so much mercy that Narottam Das Thakur got the mercy, double mercy of Nityananda Prabhu through the glance of Janava Devi. Right? Janava Devi was looking at him, so much prayer and blessings. She herself is a consort of Nityananda Prabhu and Nityananda Prabhu's mercy through her glance went into Narottam Das Thakur. And Narottam Das Thakur became unbelievably ecstatic. And the way he was doing the kirtan, it is explained that nobody ever had experienced anything like that. And Srinivas Acharya was dancing and everybody there. Shyamananda Pandit, and Shyamananda Pandit is not an ordinary person, right? The whole Leela of Shyamananda Pandit and the, you know, in Vrindavan, we discussed it sometime. They're not ordinary souls, they're extremely pure Vaishnavas. And they're all dancing in this Keturi Gram, and the Kirtan went so ecstatic at that one point, they suddenly saw the 6 Goswamis in the Kirtan. They already left, all these great personalities, Roop, Sanatan, everybody already left. But the Kirtan was so nice and empowered by Nityananda Prabhu that suddenly the 6 Goswamis appeared in the Kirtan. Now, it's difficult for us to imagine what I'm saying. Just imagine, now we are doing some Kirtan and Prabhuji is doing Mridanga, we're doing Katha, and suddenly in between you say Prabhupada is dancing. What is going on? Right? How would it be? Prabhupada has already left, but he is here. Right? So it was like a madness. They suddenly saw the 6 Goswamis. And then suddenly they saw Shyamananda, Swarup Damodar Goswami. They suddenly saw Ramananda Rai. They suddenly saw so many other devotees just appearing one by one. Just imagine the Kirtan is going on. One great personality is coming. And from in between them comes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, and everybody, what is going on here? What kind of Kirtan is this? Narottam Das Thakur is singing. Everybody are dancing and one by one character is coming out. And they are just seeing, they are dancing, and beside them, now suddenly they are dancing beside Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And then Nityananda Prabhu is dancing. Nityananda Prabhu, Jahnavi Devi is looking at Nityananda Prabhu, her own consort who had already left. He is dancing. Advaita Acharya is dancing. Haridas Thakur is dancing. Every prominent character, devotee in Gaur Leela came to that first Gaur Purnima in Keturi. Every single person in Gaur Leela. That was the first Gaur Purnima. Right? In Gaur Purnima, there was Gauranga Darshan. Right? Real Gauranga's Darshan happened on Gaur Purnima. That is called mercy. And on 14th of March is Gaur Purnima. And we are going to get Gauranga Darshan through Gauranga Darshan Prabhu. Because after I read this, I was preparing for the lecture. Gauranga Darshan happening on Gauranga Purnima, why not Gauranga Darshan Prabhu? And I messaged Prabhuji, Prabhuji, you decide. What is there to decide? So I'm still working on it. Dates are happening. So if we are fortunate, we will hear Gaur Purnima, Gaur Leela from Gauranga Darshan Prabhu. It's coming on a Friday. Please intensely pray. Yeah. Because we all need that Katha. We want that kind of darshan. We are not as fortunate as Narottam Das Thakur that, Swayam Gauranga Mahaprabhu will come here, but at least he'll come through the voice of his pure devotees. So, this whole Leela happened, and the first, and then biggest problem is they started disappearing. Right? And that makes it even more difficult, right? One is appearance. More painful is disappearance. So they all went mad after the Kirtan. Where is that Gauranga? Where is that Nityananda? Right? When you hear that Kirtan, Jayanilo Premadana, Narottam Das Thakur, he is crying. Where should I beat my head and die? Where is that Gauranga who was the great dancer Gauranga? Anyways, so after that Gauranga Mahaprabhu's first Gaura Purnima, Jahnavi Devi decided that she'll go to Vrindavan. So she went to Vrindavan and she went to Gopinath Mandir, Radha Gopinath Mandir. She looked at Gopinath Murti and she was like, Hare Krishna. What a beautiful darshan of Shri Radha Krishna. But something unusual was happening. Is that Krishna's deity is very big, Gopinath. Radharani's deity is very small. She was looking at both of them, and then suddenly Radharani spoke to Jahnavi Devi. Please do something about me. He is so big, I am so small. And she said, okay, so I am supposed to get a bigger deity of you? And immediately Gopinath spoke to Janavadevi saying, of course, I want her to be as tall as me. Like that. So these are all very, very intimate, exchanges between the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the consort of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? Janavadevi. And she did say, okay, I will get the deities. And in those days, it's not like Vrindavan was a forest. It did not have the Lohi Bazaar that we have now. Go and take deities, you can buy deities. No. So if she wanted a deity of Srimati Radharani, she had to go to a place where the deities are made. So she came back to Bengal. She came back to Bengal and she was looking for the right place where the deities are made. And in that journey, she came to Ekachakra Nagari. Right? She came to Ekachakra Nagari, and in Ekachakra Nagari, she saw that the place is almost like a dead place. There's no life in that place. She was wondering what happened here. And then she saw, they were sitting under it, she was sitting under a tree, and she was looking at the whole place, nobody is there, barren, houses are empty. And then she saw an old man. Old man is walking and coming, right? And she called that old man. She asked, what happened here? And why are you looking so sad? And the old man told, don't you know? Don't you know that this is a place where the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared? Swayam Balaram, he appeared as Nityananda Prabhu. And she knows, but she is amazed to see the situation in that place. And she said, the great astrologers have predicted this is the most pure place, but now there's nothing left in this place. Without the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shunyayita Jagat Sarvam. There's nothing beautiful in this world. And then she asked him, can you please tell me what exactly happened here? And he told, this is the place where Pandavas also lived. Ekachakra Nagari, where Bhima defeated Bakasura. This is the very place. Right? But even though such a pure place is there, even though everything was good, but now it has nothing. Then he explained the story, the past incident of Uday Pandit and Padmavati, the beautiful Brahmin couple who gave birth to Nityananda. Right? 13th day of the Magha Mas, tomorrow. Right? Nityananda Prabhu had appeared in their house. And they explained, and he was explaining to Janavadevi that what kind of a scene was it when he appeared. It was so beautiful. He was literally like gold. Gold melting butter. Like gold and butter, to mix it. The golden ornament you're picking up and it's melting like butter. Right? So beautiful. Everybody in Ekachakra Nagari were amazed. Who is this boy? And why is it so attractive? What has he come here to give? And this boy also was extraordinary. He used to do so many pastimes within the house that the mother and father were totally in love with him. They can't even think of going outside the house. It is explained they never left house only. Right? Even though there were so many chores, but they can't leave his sight. And on one day this boy comes and tells his mother, can I have friends? And of course you can have friends. Why you can't have friends? You can have friends. And then he started going out of the house. And then he had so many friends. And Nityananda Prabhu was an amazing script writer, an amazing actor, an amazing manager, amazing, director, everything, because Supreme Personality of God. So he would make so many dramas, right? He would write so many dramas, and small children enacting these dramas. Unbelievable dramas, not just ordinary dramas. Now, it's difficult to imagine 5-year-old children doing these things. And the detail in which they were doing. See, this is more important. Doing a drama is okay. But the detail in which they were doing these dramas was astonishing for the people in Ekachakra. One day they would do the drama of Putana Lila. Right? One boy will become like Putana. And Nityananda Prabhu would always try to become Krishna. Whenever there is a Krishna role, he will become Krishna. Right? So Putana will come and she's searching. And one boy will become Nanda Maharaj. And the whole village is sitting and watching these dramas. They forgot their agriculture, they forgot their vocations. The only thing they do is seeing the dramas. Right? So they would enact the drama and Putana is coming. And then, Krishna, Nityananda Prabhu, Putana takes him and the whole village is crying. My God. Because the emotions which they are doing the drama is unbelievable. And Putana is delivered. And all the boys are dancing now. Right? And they're like, what kind of drama is this? And then the detail in which they were doing, one of them went and asked Nityananda Prabhu, a small boy, Nitai, how do you know these details? You are still 5-year-old. You have not gone to Gurukul. How do you know these kind of details in the dramas? And Nitai says, I am doing my drama only. I am there in these dramas. Everybody just laughs. What is this? One day they do Kaliya drama. One boy will suddenly wear, all these fangs and he'll come like a big Kaliya snake. And Nitai will go and jump on him here and there. And then he is fighting there. And one boy will become Yashoda Maya. She'll faint. And he'll faint and everybody are worried. Some boys are actually crying. No, you don't cry. But everybody is crying. Somebody is laughing. Somebody is in fear. And the moment they start the drama, they completely take the whole attention of the entire village. And the village forgets everything. They are completing the drama. One day they'll do Agasura drama. One day Nityananda Prabhu will go and sleep in a small cart. And another person will go and stand in front of him. He'll kick that fellow. He'll go and fall down and say, Shakatasura is killed. That drama also happened. Trinavarta drama. They're doing drama after drama. Ram Leela. They're also going to Ramayana. So one day, especially this drama is explained by Vrindavan Das Thakur about this Ramayana Leela, where he plays his own role as Lakshmana, right? And he defeats Indrajit. And then Ravan comes and throws some big weapon on him and he falls. Lakshmana has fallen. That's exactly that happened in Ramayana. All village is watching Nityananda Prabhu and he just falls. Okay, he's fallen. Next what? He's fallen. He's not moving. And suddenly, hey, what happened? Everybody is coming. They're moving him. He's not moving only. There is no movement. He's like dead. They start crying. What happened to our Nitai? There's no movement. What happened to him? What happened? And they're like bringing water and this and that. They're looking at all the other boys. Hey, what is going on? You're all doing drama only, right? What is this? What happened to my son? What happened to my son? And one small boy comes and says, Hanuman will come. They're like, what? You are still doing drama? This drama is still in progress? And one drama, Hanuman that boy is standing there. Just like that Hanuman who forgot what he was supposed to do, he also forgot what he's supposed to do. Looking at Nitai's situation, he forgot that his role was actually to go and bring Sanjeevani. Right? And they say, hey, Hanuman, you're supposed to go. Yes, I have to go. So he runs. And then he goes to this big mountain, and there's another boy who plays this Rakshasa in that mountain. And another boy who plays like this crocodile in that mountain. He goes to take and he says, no, you can take some rest and go. And I'm not taking rest. I have to go get Sanjeevani. All this drama is happening in front of the parents, and they're looking at this Nitai who's sleeping there almost dead. Hey, get what you're supposed to get. Finish the drama. And then he goes all that. They're actually scared something happened to him. Because it was not like a drama. And again, remember, we are not doing drama of adults. It's 5-year-old children. Right? And then he goes and then he gets the crocodile. He kills the crocodile. The boy who was playing the crocodile role falls like this. He's dead. Then again he goes. Finally, he doesn't know what to bring. So he brings the entire, bush along with him. And then he brings him, keeps it there. And then he makes a herb. There is another, what is the role of the doctor? Forgot the doctor's name. Huh? Sushi. So there is another boy playing that role also. So he makes all that and he keeps it in Nityananda Prabhu's mouth and he Haribol! The entire village. My God, this was a drama, right? So they literally scare, and they literally make the entire village engrossed in the pastimes. So that is Baladev, and that is Nityananda Prabhu, completely in ecstasy, doing these pastimes, completely engrossing. And the village cannot think of a day when their boys are not doing any of the dramas. They forgot. Like this they did for many, many years. 365 days into years of dramas. And one day, when he was 12-year-old, Nityananda Prabhu was 12 years old, he was in the house and suddenly he roared, Gauranga! Why? Because hundreds of kilometers away, Gauranga Mahaprabhu appeared. He knew that. He was waiting for that moment. Right? Now Gauranga Mahaprabhu has appeared. He roared like anything. And then now he is so much in eagerness to meet Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Just imagine, Balaram has appeared before and then he's waiting for Krishna. And Krishna has appeared there and he knows that he has appeared. Now he's like, how will I go to him? And then he looks at both his parents. Poor Hidayat Pandit and Padmavati are like so much in love with him. How can he leave them? How can he go and tell I have to go to Navadvip? He can't tell. So he's like, what should I do? And in his heart of heart, he knows the plan. So sannyasi visits Ekachakra Nagari. Now this sannyasi visits Ekachakra Nagari and he's like in Hidayat Pandit's house and he starts speaking Krishna Leela. Already they are ecstatic in Krishna Bhakti. The whole night they both are discussing Krishna Leela. Hidayat Pandit is so happy. Hidayat Pandit is also a pure devotee. And he is so happy to hear Krishna Leela from the sannyasi. The sannyasi is telling one by one. He is sharing. Nityananda Prabhu is hearing. Padmavati is hearing. People in the surrounding places, they are coming and hearing. There's so much katha going on, so much in attach. Oh, sannyasi, you are a great gift to us. You have come to us to deliver us. You are reminding us of Krishna. This is the best thing that can happen in our life. And in that same ecstasy, he says, whatever you want, you tell me. I am ready to serve you like that. That is the dialogue he was waiting for. Whatever you want, you tell me. I am ready to give you that. Excuse me. So, I am actually going on South India Yatra. And I need an assistant who can serve me while I am going. I am looking for a Brahmana boy. I think your son is a perfect person to come with me. Come. The moment he said that, Hidayat Pandit's heart just broke apart. What? You want my son? But he can't show that also. Because now he's serving that sannyasi in the house. And he told, whatever you want. You are a pure devotee of Krishna. We are ready to give anything you want. He said, I want your son. Nityananda Prabhu is like, yeah. He knows his plan. But here is the paradox, right? That parents are so much in love. They don't know what to do. And he starts crying. But the sannyasi doesn't know anything. He says that and then he goes to sleep and next day in the morning and he's crying. And we can't even imagine, right? Just imagine if somebody comes to your house and tells that I want your son or your daughter. Can you sleep that day? And Hidayat Pandit is like Mahajano Sukata's Panta, he has to follow the steps of the great. So immediately remembers the same drama of Ramayana. And he remembers how Dashrath Maharaj had to give Ram to Vishwamitra. When Ram was so young, he had to give. So he tells his wife Padmavati, but we have to give. See the level of Brahmanical culture at that time, that one word given is more than anything else in life. Right? He just told anything you want, and he said, "I want your son." That's it. And the same child without whom they cannot even think of existing. Now they have to give. And it's not like, the child will go with that boy, the child will go with that sannyasi and they can call him once in a while and ask, "How is my son?" There's no communication. The child is gone, he is gone. When will he return? They don't know. They don't know when will they return. Will they even return? Will they even come back to that place? They have no idea. Right? So Hridaya Pandit is totally broken apart. Padmavati is crying. What is happening here? Our Nitai. How can we live without him? There is no life for us without him. How can we give it to him? He is taking him, but for how long? He told his yatra, but for how long? Both husband and wife are discussing. But the decision is already made that they have to give him. And with great pain, unbelievable pain, they tell that, we can take our son. Next day morning, he says, "Okay, we are going." Now they're just looking at him, and the sannyasi is taking Nitai with him, the boy who made the whole village breathe since the time he has appeared. The life air of the place is going away. Everybody is just astonished. Hridaya Pandit and his wife, they are crying, and this Nitai is just walking along with that sannyasi, and slowly they are becoming smaller and smaller and smaller, and after some time they can't see them. And they fall on the floor and they are crying. And the villagers come, "What happened? What happened?" Say, "That sannyasi who came yesterday, he has taken our Nitai." "What do you mean he has taken our Nitai?" "He said he wants an assistant. He wants an assistant for his travel." "You could have given our son." The villagers are coming. "You could have given our son. How did you give Nitai?" Now, this is unbelievable emotion where every parent's favorite is his own son. But the situation in Ekachakra is such that even their own child is not as dear to them as Nityananda. Same thing in Vrindavan, right? All the gopis. Their own son is not as dear to them as Krishna. Same thing here. They're like, where, which direction did he go? Tell me which direction he went. This direction? We all will run. They started running. They can't find the sannyasi. And there is a hope. Maybe they'll find the sannyasi. Maybe Nitai will come back. There's no Nitai. There's no sannyasi. There's no Nitai. Days pass. Each hour is becoming like a day. Each day is becoming like a month. Each month is becoming like a year. They're completely broken apart. The whole Ekachakra Nagari is completely clueless how to start their next day. What to do the next day. All the friends of Nityananda Prabhu who grew along with him or who have seen him doing these dramas, they don't know what to do. They're completely shattered. One day Hridaya Pandit goes outside his house. He says, Padmavati, they're coming back. See, they're coming back. Here is a Brahman. Hey, they have finished their yatra, they're coming back. Come. Our son Nitai has come. Nitai has come. Where is Nitai? And suddenly that vision of that Brahman, of that sannyasi, just goes away. And he again falls and faints. They don't know how to handle themselves. Day after day, they're not eating. They're not drinking water. Forcefully, they're saying, "No, wait, you have to be there when he comes. You have to eat something." Loving separation. They are seeing Nityananda Prabhu everywhere. They are going and searching Nityananda Prabhu where he is to go take bath. The river where Padmavati is to take him to take bath. They're going, maybe he's there, maybe they are there, maybe he's here, maybe they went here, maybe they went there. But they can't see him anywhere. 6 months pass. There is no life in that village. And Nityananda Pandit leaves his body. In the separation, he can't live without his son. Padmavati also leaves her body. Whole village is so much affected by, because the life and soul was the family of Uday Pandit and Padmavati, and both of them are left, and their life, Nityananda Prabhu has left. What is the point in living? So one by one family starts leaving. Ekachakranagari. One by one family. There's no point living here. Let's leave this place. Let's go to another place. Now, leaving village is not an ordinary thing. We people are used to relocation. It's not the way the world used to be. Leaving village means leaving their entire existence, their identification of their birth. Not that they know other villages, there are better opportunities, there are no opportunity. They were so much affected by the loss, by the not being there of Nityananda Prabhu, that the entire village became empty. And that Brahman who was telling this whole pastime to Janavadevi, he said, I was the only one who decided to live here. So now nobody lives in Ekachakranagari. I am the only one who lives. Because I somehow am attached to so much to this place that everywhere I can still see Nitai. And Janavadevi is crying. She never visited her in-laws place. Right? That's her in-laws place. So she asked the Brahman, can you show me the place, Ekachakranagari, where what pastimes happened? So the Brahmin says, of course I can show you. So he takes Janavadevi and he goes to each and every place where Nitai appeared. He used to do dramas. And he told, the very tree under which you are sitting, this is the place where another drama happened. And then he took to the place where, and by the way, I forgot to tell. So that sannyasi had given a murti. The sannyasi had given a deity of Murli Krishna, Murlidhar. When he was taking Nitai, he gave that murti, that you can worship this. And after he left, Padmavati used to worship that murti and every day see Nityananda Prabhu in that. And many times she would even talk to the murti as if she's talking to Nityananda. So the Brahmin showed that murti to Janavadevi. This is the murti. And then finally he took them to the house of Nityananda Prabhu. It's completely broken apart house, completely torn apart. You know, when nobody lives in the house, it becomes like a ghost, like ghosted. There's nothing there. Everything is, paint is gone, there is spider webs, like that. And there, Janavadevi sits down and she starts crying. Oh, Krishna, I could never serve my in-laws. I could never serve the parents of my husband. My husband has left, but I could not serve. And she starts crying, and so much in love, she begs Nityananda Prabhu that you're gone, but I could not serve your parents. And she opens her eyes, and suddenly she sees the same house the way it was. And suddenly she sees Hidayat Pandit and Padmavati are walking towards her. And suddenly she sees that little Nita is also walking there. And they come and they welcome their daughter-in-law into the house. So you have come here. So here is, we used to stay, and she's so happy looking at them. And she's grateful, she's chanting, and she's happy. And after some time, again they disappear. Again, the whole reun, the whole place becomes empty. And that's the most painful time for Janavadevi, that, how can this world be without Gaur Nitai? Happiness in this place at all. And then both of them, she and her sister also, both of them are married to Nityananda. So both of them, they walk out of the house and they remember, okay, now we have our service. Now we have a service that we should go and we should find the big Radharani. Remember? Gopinath's consort Radharani in Vrindavan. So they go and actually find the deity, they get the deity made, they again go to Vrindavan, and from there they install the big Radharani, Radha Gopinath, right, in Vrindavan. So this is like the appearance Leela and the also so-called disappearance lila of Nityananda. So what he did in the travel of when he went with the sannyasi, whom all did he met? How did he meet Gauranga Mahaprabhu? We will discuss tomorrow. I wish the Kirtan was there, would have seen the type of the Kamala. You can project?
Yeah, can project.
Somebody can give it in the phone. Somebody can give it in the phone, and so the beautiful Kirtan, the type of the Kamala. Koti Chandra. Now, while they keep the Kirtan, what is the meaning of this Kirtan? That Lord Nitai's, Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet is more cool, colder, and shelter giving than millions of moons. Right? And Acharya has explained. So you have to go. Yeah, this is better. Thank you. Nitai Padakamala, Koti Chandra, Shushitala. See, when we all work in the daytime, there is so much heat, right? There is so much heat. And we want some cold breeze after all that work. So we look for the moon to come. And the moon, as soon as it comes, it gives so much, relief. It gives so much relief to us. Just imagine when the relief is million times multiplied. In the same way, when we say Guru comes into our life, he brings that kind of relief into our life. He brings that kind of mercy into our life, that kind of knowledge into our life, that kind of blessings into our life. That even though we are suffering in our life with so many problems, but when we remember the blessings of the Guru, what we have received, it's like millions of moons giving us moonshine. So Nityananda Prabhu here is compared by Narottam Das Thakur, saying that his lotus feet are like millions of moons. Nitai Padakamala, Koti Chandra, Shushishara. Yeah. Whenever it comes up. Sorry, I should have brought my laptop. It had all these kirtans there. Is it coming? I can make it big maybe. So the translation, I'm reading it first. There are 4 stanzas. Or somebody can read, taking the mic. You can pass the mic, read one by one. Yeah, please.
The lotus feet of Lord Nityananda are a shelter where one will get the soothing moonlight not only of one but of millions of moons. If the world wants to have real peace, it should take shelter of the Lord Nityananda. Unless one takes shelter under the shade of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, it will be very difficult for him to approach Radha Krishna. If one actually wants to enter into the dancing party of Radha Krishna, he must firmly catch hold of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, second one. Anyone who has not established his relationship with Nityananda Prabhu is understood to have spoiled his valuable human birth. Such a human being is actually an uncontrollable animal. Because he has never uttered the holy name of Nityananda, he has become merged into so-called material happiness. What can his useless education and family tradition do to help him? Hare Krishna.
Are you all also following the lyrics? I mean, like, meditate on the words. Can everybody tell Nityananda? Nityananda! Yeah. So that's what they're saying. If nobody got the opportunity to say that word, his life is worse than an animal. We are so fortunate.
Being maddened after false prestige and identification with the body, one is thinking, oh, what is Nityananda? What can he do for me? I don't care. The result is that he is accepting something false to be true. If you actually want to approach the association of Radha Krishna, you must first achieve the mercy of Lord Nityananda. When he is merciful toward you, then you will be able to approach Radha Krishna. Therefore, you should firmly grasp the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. Haribo.
Haribo.
The lotus feet of Nityananda are not illusions, they are a fact. One who engages in the transcendental loving service of Nityananda is also transcendental. Always try to catch the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. This Sarottama Dasa is very unhappy. Therefore, I am praying to Lord Nityananda to make me happy. My dear Lord, please keep me close to your lotus feet.
Hare Krishna. So our meditation is on this. This bhajan is written by Narottam Das Thakur. Right? Nitai pada kamala koti chandra shushitala Nitai pada kamala koti chandra shushitala Jai Chaya Jagat Jura Jai Chaya Jagat Jura Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Guru Sukhi pada sada koro asha. Nitai pada sada koro asha. Nitai pada sada koro asha. Desire the lotus feet of Nityananda. And where is the lotus feet of Nityananda? It is right beside you there. Yeah, that is the lotus feet of Nityananda. Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet. Yes. Nityananda Prabhu appears in the form of Guru, even today. Sometimes we feel, oh, Nityananda Prabhu was there, he gave, he has left. No! Nityananda Prabhu is right now here in the form of our Guru Varga. Every single Guru in this planet is a representative of Nityananda. If you remember that, Nitai Padakamala, Koti Chandra Shushitala. You'll always find that happiness. But if you say, no, I don't need a Guru, what is the big thing about a Guru? Guru is initiating, but I can't meet Guru, I can't talk to Guru, my Guru doesn't exist. Nityananda Prabhu will not exist. Nityananda Prabhu is there wherever we have Guru Bhakti. And Nityananda Prabhu's main instruction is to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We have to find that Guru. We have to serve that Guru. Right? When Srila Prabhupada was asked to get visas for his servants in India, so there were a lot of issues. Some people even spread some rumors that these servants of, Srila Prabhupada are CIA agents, like that. It's becoming so difficult to get a visa. Especially for His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj, it was very, very difficult. And there was a lot of, pursuing that happened in the background. Srinathji Prabhu in Bombay, he was working on getting that citizenship for Jayapataka Maharaj. And then when he finally got that, then Srila Prabhupada told Srinathji Prabhu, whom he was serving at that time, you know who is Jayapataka Swami? He is a personal associate of Nityananda. And that very Jayapataka Swami Maharaj is still on this planet, and we are saying Nityananda Prabhu is not there. Very much there. And not only in Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, every single disciple of Srila Prabhupada is a representative of Nityananda. And every single person who wants to be his representative has to serve as representatives. Right? We have to take this opportunity that we are given in this life very seriously, Prabhuji and Madhis. Sometimes we take it very easy. What is there in Gaur Purnima? Janmashtami is the main festival. For outside people, Janmashtami is the main festival. For inside people, Gaur Purnima is the most important festival. And more important than Gaur Purnima is Nityananda Trayodashi. Because it's being told by Narottam Das Thakur, who is empowered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? Narottam Das Thakur was embraced by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told him that you cannot get the mercy of Shri Shri Radha Krishna without getting the mercy of Nityananda. Right? So how do we please? Sentimentally, okay, Prabhu, what you told is right, but how do we please? Well, we have to follow the instructions of our spiritual master. We have to try at least to follow these instructions. Everybody's life is different. Everybody's situation is different. We can't put everybody in the same scale and say that, no, you are successful, you are not. Spiritual life is not about finding somebody's success or failure. Spiritual life is an internal journey of each and every one of us. Ultimately, what the world thinks about is not important. What we think about ourselves gives you the darshan of Nityananda. What we think. Am I doing? Am I even trying to do? Am I sitting in between devotees, appearing like a devotee? or I'm actually wanting to go back to Krishna. And Nityananda Trayodashi is special when we remind ourselves this aspect that we want to go back to Krishna. And association of devotees, Prabhus and Matajis, is Nityananda. Everything that we need to go back to Krishna is Balaram. That Mridanga is Balaram, this Kartal is Balaram, Kirtans are Balaram, this projector is Balaram, this center is Balaram, Vrindavan Dham is Balaram, and even the devotees around us are Balaram. Because they are helping us to go back to Krishna. And Nityananda Trayodashi will make a change in our life if we change our vision towards devotees. If we change our motives towards devotees. Motives. Why am I meeting devotees? What is the purpose? Is he impressed with me? Am I impressed with him? Is he my favorite? He is not my favorite. Forget about all that. He is a representative of Nityananda in your life. There is no hope except pleasing devotees, except serving devotees of going back to Krishna. There is no hope. Right? Prabhupada is telling that hold the feet of a pure devotee tightly, and that will take you back. And we have to hold it very tightly as a topmost priority in our life. Because if you try to please anything else in this world, you're not going to get any reciprocation. Don't even get frustrated when you don't get reciprocation in this world. Whether it is in family life or brahmacharya life, doesn't matter. You're not going to get it. Because this world is created to frustrate you. And we are also contributing to the frustration. Right? Once one husband and wife, they went to my Gurudev, as well as Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Husband told, I can't live with this woman. Maharaj, enough. They have been counseled for a long time. And the wife told, I can't tolerate this person, Maharaj. You can't, it doesn't work. Then Maharaj told, I am tolerating both of you. I am not leaving you. Right? Tolerating both of you. Yeah. But actually, we are not tolerating any other person. We are tolerating our own self-imposed desire to be happy at the cost of everybody. I want to be happy, and I will somehow do the action to make my spouse also serve me. That's what is going on. That's why nobody. But if both husband and wife are serving Krishna and actually helping each other in serving Krishna, understanding the challenges of the spouse. No spouse is perfect. No spouse is perfect. No wife is perfect. No husband is perfect. Cannot be perfect. The only perfect husband and wife are there on the altar. You can see them. Radha Madan Mohan.
Very good.
Nobody else is perfect. Right? Because we are imperfect, we are in this imperfect world. But we have to become perfect. And we can become perfect when we serve the perfect. And together, whatever that we have, bring the seva into our life. And when you bring that seva into your life, every day is Nityananda Trayodashi. Every single day. Nityananda Prabhu is so happy when it happens. And that is the reason when Srila Prabhupada left India and went to America, he established Gaur Nitai. Otherwise, if you see in Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, they don't establish Gaur Nitai, they establish Gauranga. It will be Gauranga and Radhakrishna. Gauranga and Radhakrishna. You go to many temples. But Prabhupada made sure that even Nityananda Prabhu is there. Because actually, Nityananda Prabhu is a little Rasabas. Because he's like in the serving mode. Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Radhakrishna are the same mode. But he is in Guru's mode. So on the same altar, a little bit of mood is changing here and there. But then, Prabhupada understood. Unless Nityananda Prabhu's mercy is there, I cannot do any service to Gauranga Mahaprabhu. He established Gaur-Nitai. Everywhere he went. And one of the famous incidents of Prabhupada establishing Gaur-Nitai is in Atlanta. It is told that Prabhupada was giving lecture in Atlanta temple after establishing Gaur-Nitai. And the temple is called Gaur-Nitai temple. It's not called Radhakrishna temple, even now. Gaurnita temple. Though there is Radha Krishna also. The only temple I've seen Gaurnita in between Radha Krishna on the side. Jagannath and Baldev this side, Radha Krishna this side, Gaurnita in between. And that's why Prabhupada said it is Panyati Dham. So Prabhupada established Gaurnita there. And then just imagine the Acharya from Vrindavan is giving Krishna to everybody, and then he looks at that Gaurnita and he starts crying. He starts crying. And everybody there, Prabhupada generally doesn't cry in public. But here in Atlanta temple, he starts crying. And all of disciples like, Prabhupada. And then he looks at both of them. He is actually seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Nityananda. And he looks at them. He says, please take care of them. He tells them, please take care of them. And then he looks at both of them. And maybe the prayer is, please take care of them. And Prabhupada says they are the most merciful avatars of the Supreme Personality. Most merciful. That's why in our ISKCON society also, when people want to keep deities in their house, they say keep Gaurnita. Not that you can do nonsense in front of them. You should not do nonsense. They are not different from Radha and Krishna. Gauranga Mahaprabhu being in the house is not different from Radha and Krishna. But they are very merciful. They are here to deliver the most fallen. So, we are looking at ourselves as most fallen, and they are making sure that they make us rise up. Otherwise, Prabhupada and Mataji, if you just look back in the background of our families from where we have come, what discussion are we doing on 9th of February 2025? Who is this Nityananda Prabhu? Where did he come into my life? And what is this Kirtan saying? That the person who has not chanted the name of Nityananda has led a life like an animal. How fortunate are you? On the street, how many people know who is Nityananda? And even if they know, one Nityananda has already made that name so unpopular. That fellow, he kept his name as Nityananda. But some benefit he'll get because he kept his name as Nityananda. I don't know why he kept that. but still, how fortunate are we? So my humble request to all this congregation here and your congregations, wherever you are preaching, please introduce them to Nityananda in this given opportunity. I know it's not easy to speak about Nityananda. Beg Nityananda. Hold his feet and cry. Please allow me to give your mercy to everyone I know. Allow me. And he will allow. He is the most merciful. It's very difficult to speak Krishna Leela. But Nityananda Leela he'll allow. Right? Please give, because there is no time left. There is no time left. And give it profusely. And tomorrow we are celebrating Nityananda Trayodashi. In this very place, Gaur Nitai will be here. We'll be doing Abhishekam. Don't miss the Charnamrit from Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet. It comes only once in a year. Of course, devotees are ecstatic. They do Abhishekam on Gaur Purnima also. So again you get one spoon. And many other opportunities wherever you want, do Abhishekam again and again. But don't miss this. And please bring something for Nityananda Prabhu on his appearance day. Right? Let this place become like Ekachakra, where they were so happy to receive Nityananda Prabhu appearing. Cook something nice. Somebody can make chida dahi? Yeah, you can make what? Yeah, make chida dahi. Because it is Nityananda Prabhu's order, make chida dahi. Let us have one chida dahi also. Right? Some others can make some nice sweets. Are there any Bengalis here? Bengalis? I think we have to hunt some Bengalis and bring them to the center. Yeah, Prabhu is there. Hari bol. Karthik Prabhu is there. Apna Bengalis are there. Because Bengalis have that sweet language and the sweets also. So bring some Bengali sweets to offer to Nityananda Prabhu tomorrow. Please, Prabhu. Yeah? Chappan Bhog. Is everybody geared up for Chappan Bhog?
Yes.
Chappan means 200 items, right? What is it? Huh? Really? I thought Chappan means 200. Huh? Think like that. Think like that. Don't limit it and say, 56, I win. That's all. That's not the way. 56 means it doesn't end only. Right? Prabhuji's, we can experience Nityananda Prabhu with our service. We can experience Nityananda Prabhu with our dedication. We can experience Nityananda Prabhu with our enthusiasm. And we can experience Nityananda Prabhu in between devotees. So let tomorrow we'll do more kirtan. Tomorrow is a day of more kirtan. Little bit Katha, I'll take it forward. And if time permits, we will read the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu. We did it once. Right? All the symbols on the lotus feet of Nityananda. We can go through that and we can take shelter of the lotus feet. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. साई गौरांग भगवान की नित्यानंद त्रयोदशी की एवं विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्राधिकाचार्य स्तोत्र डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की